Welcome to Real Talk with Reginald D. I'm your host, Reginald D. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about the importance of making the main thing the main thing. Let's do it. There's two things about life I need you to know. There are two ways to go about life. You are either doing life or you're living life. If you're just doing life, that means that you're just taking and accepting what life is giving you. But if you start living life, that means you're in control and dictate the life you want to live. Now, in order to get what you want for your life, you got to make the main thing the main thing. So many people are frustrated simply because they can't achieve what they want for their life. Let me ask you this. When are you going to stop being frustrated when not living the life that you want? Now, let's talk about this. Have you ever thought you are too distracted? So you're putting in minimal effort for the main thing that you want for your life. And you're putting the rest of your efforts into distractions. So basically, you are minimizing your purpose and maximizing your distractions. You must identify your main priority and fight to protect it from distractions. You got to remain focused on what you want. Being focused is nothing but a decision. It's time for you to decide what truly matters to you and then go for it. You have to commit yourself to it. So you keep saying that you're too busy to achieve what you want for your life, but in all reality, you're not focused enough on the main thing. Being busy does not necessarily mean you're being productive. Now, this is critical. Don't lose your identity because you're too busy. When making the main thing, you got to know the difference on what you should focus on versus what you actually focus on. Just because you know what you should focus on doesn't mean that you're actually focusing on it. I need you to understand that it's time for you to quit playing with your life and start loving your life. And in order to pursue what you want for your life, you have to first ask yourself, what do I really want? So you're just going through life not knowing what it is that you really want. You ever seen somebody that said they want something so bad, and when they get it, they say, I really don't want this? And they do things like this over and over again in their life. And at the end of the day, they are still not satisfied. Putting all that work in for something, and when they get it, they're still lacking fulfillment. All because they don't know what they really want. It's time for you to put your energy, attention, and resources on what's most important to you. Focus on the main thing. That's how you're going to achieve what you're trying to achieve. This is the way it's going to go down. You either stay focused or you will stay distracted. That's it, man. If the things in your life don't push you towards your main goal, then it's nothing but a distraction in disguise. In order to make the main thing, you got to quit compromising. Think about this. Think about the times you compromised in your life and it didn't pay off for you. It only sets you back. I need you to understand this. When you want what you want, there is no compromise. I have lived by that for years, and it has paid off for me tremendously. Because nothing else mattered to me but the thing I was trying to achieve. That was the main thing in my life. Nothing else really mattered. Because here's the thing. I knew if I focused on the main thing that I was trying to achieve, everything that's close to me would be blessed by it. I knew my wife would be blessed by it. Our kids would be blessed by it. Our grandkids, my siblings, my mother and father. I know that if I could just get this thing done, we're going to be good. You got to understand that's the reason it's so important for you to focus on the main thing. Because it's not going to only be game changer for you, it's going to be game changing for the people close to you. And it will end up being game changing, period. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you did a self-audit on yourself? When was the last time you really evaluated where you are in life right now and the reason you're there? If you do a true evaluation of yourself, it will help you determine the primary thing you need to change. So you don't always need a to-do list. Sometimes you need a don't list. Sometimes you got to ask yourself, is what I'm doing really going to drive the main thing I'm trying to achieve? All right, let's make it simple, fam. I need you to think about no more than 3 things that is most important to you. Now, I'm not talking about your kids or spouse. This is about you. For instance, myself, one of the main things for me is health, physical health, mental health, and spiritual health. Now, how do I do that? For physical health, I got to eat right, exercise, etc. For my mental health, I have to limit stress and focus on the main thing in my life and give everything else minimum attention. And for my spiritual health, I pray, I meditate, I read the Bible. That's it. See, if I can keep my health intact, I can get everything else that I'm trying to achieve because my mind, my body, and my spirit are in alignment and intact. So take the main thing you want for your life and then break it down into categories, like I just did. I need you to know whatever you focus on is going to say a lot about you. That's why you got to choose what you apply your energy to wisely. Your results are driven by two things: your focus or your distractions. The thing that matters to you the most should never come after the thing that matters to you the least. Keep the main thing the main thing. I need you to clearly define the main thing in life that you want. Stop wasting time doing things that's not aligned with your primary goals. Make the main thing, man. Set the standard and hold the standard. It's time for you to start living the life that you have been praying for. You've been praying for it too long. So keep the main thing, and start living the life that you desire. Now let me say this. None of us are perfect. Lord knows I'm not. The only way you're going to get close to perfect is when you walk in your purpose and who you are. The inner you is starving for the greater you. That's why you're frustrated, simply because you're not feeding it the effort for your desires and your dreams. So you keep feeding the inner you with things, but not the main thing. It's time for you to operate in a life that's meant for you and not the life that you've been tolerating. When you wake up every morning, put in your head that I'm going to chase my dreams and what I desire. It's time for you to get relentless when it comes to what you want for your life and when it comes to the main thing in your life. And lastly, focus and make the main thing the main thing. Thanks for listening to Real Talk with Reginald D. If you enjoyed listening to Real Talk with Reginald D, please rate and review on Apple Podcasts. See you next time.